Hi, boys and girls. Good morning. I am getting ready to review question number 30 with you. Number 30 has to do with the metric system of measurement, and we actually haven't had a chance to talk about that yet. But I didn't want to skip over it in the packet. I still would like to give you a little bit of information that can help you out with this problem, or if you ever have any questions about it in real life. But before we actually start to read the problem about Maria, I found a read aloud book that is actually called The True Book of Metric Measurement by June Behrens. And I found a section in the book that actually talks about liters and milliliters. So I'm going to read a couple pages from this book really fast before we actually look at our problem. So a liter is what we're going to be focusing on first. Liquids, or things you can pour, are measured in liters. A glass of orange juice or milk is measured in liters. Water and pop, or we say pop up north, but soda down here, are measured in liters. 1 liter is about 4 tall glasses of milk. So we're talking about the liquid that's inside of the containers when we're saying liters. Maybe you recognize it if you go to the grocery store and you might get a 2 liter of soda. So 4 tall glasses filled up equals to 1 liter. It takes 4 cartons of orange juice to make about a liter. A liter is also about 2.5 cans of pop or soda. You wouldn't drink a liter all at one time, right? We wouldn't drink it all. We would be way too sick. The car might use many liters of gas to get to the next town. Father may need 80 liters to fill the gas tank. The short way of writing liters is just with the letter L. So we have 2 different measurement systems. We have the customary system, which we use a lot in the United States with gallons, or there's the metric system that other countries use, and they talk about liters. Then we get a measurement that's even smaller than a liter. It's called a milliliter. When we measure an amount less than a liter, we add milli to liter. So milli is like a prefix that Miss McGee has taught you guys during your grammar and vocabulary lessons. We use milliliters to measure a drop of water, a teaspoon of medicine, or a cup of milk. So those are smaller measurements. There are 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. The short way of writing milliliter is ml. There are 5 milliliters in 1 teaspoonful. Father's cup of coffee will measure about 230 milliliters. You know, Miss Severe loves a good cup of coffee. I actually have one right here. Yum. 1 can of pop or soda is about 400 milliliters. Would we measure a big raindrop in liters or milliliters? So because we're only talking about a raindrop, we would use the smaller unit of milliliters. But if we were trying to figure out how much total rain it rained for the entire night, specifically it rained last night, this is a good question, we would use a larger measurement of liters to measure the entire rainfall for the entire night. And the book actually goes into some other measurement examples for the metric system, and I may include this as one of our read alouds on Clever or on our YouTube page. Just keep a lookout for that, okay? So thinking about what we just read in those couple pages, let's now look at our question number 30. Maria drank 3 liters of water last week. so liters are big. Her friend drank twice as much water as Maria. How many milliliters of water did they both drink? Okay, so let me see if I can sit my phone up here. To see if this will work. Just ignore my cans of green beans. It's my document camera for today since I'm trying to record videos at home. Okay, so I hear two different people that they're talking about. We have Maria and we have her friend. And then they're actually asking us how many milliliters of water did they both drink. So we will know that at the very end, we have to figure out both. That's what our question is focusing on. So labels are really going to help us with this question. And I went ahead and made a little note at the top. They told us in the book that 1,000 milliliters, remember they're tiny, so you have to use a lot more of milliliters, make up 1 whole liter. So Maria drank 3 liters of water. So we're going to give her 3 liters. And her friend drank twice as much water as Maria. So twice as much means times 2. 3 times 2 would give us 6. So Maria drank 3 liters. Her friend drank 6 liters. That wasn't too bad. But how many milliliters of water did they both drink? So something that I noticed, I'm like, wait a minute. One part of the question's talking about liters. The other part of the question's talking about milliliters. So they're talking about 2 different measurement units. So let's just focus on the liters first. So Maria drank 3, her friend drank 6. So 3 plus 6 gives us 9 liters. But they're not asking us about how many liters, they're wanting to know how many milliliters. So use a clue that we learned from the book about milliliters and liters. I know that there are 1,000 tiny milliliters make up the same amount as 1 full liter. So I can take my 9 liters and multiply times 1,000 to get a total of 9,000 mLs or milliliters. So our final answer to this question, 30, would be D, 9,000 milliliters. And I know we have not got to talk much about measurement this year, and it's okay if you were a little confused on it, but I did want to give you some information about the metric measurement system, and I challenge you to maybe look around your house at different measurements to see, do you see anything that's measured, liquids that are measured in liters or milliliters or other customary units?